So, Alpha, do you have a question for Paris Review?
I'm curious about how Paris do you discover this method of your method of what happens before the action, all that happens before any action, formation, education. I want to hear you about that. Yeah.
So my whole perception or the way I view the Feldenkrais method in teaching.
Mm.
So for me, I came to the method because of pain,
Mm.
and I came to it initially through a one-day workshop, and I was in my late 20s and I was in really bad shape, just years of not knowing how to use myself very well. And I still had a lot of pain after that first workshop, but I saw such a difference in myself. And then I started doing private functional integration lessons. And I just loved the private lessons. And I didn't want to do ATM at all. I thought ATM was boring. After I'd had the
Mm.
hands-on, it was like, oh yeah, you just do all the work. I will let you take the driver's seat. But the
Mm.
difference between a private lesson where you really, the more you're aware and thinking, the better. But you can just kind of let somebody take over and you just benefit from the results of that. In awareness for movement, it's the other side of the same coin. The learning process in the nervous system of having different variations and discovering which variation works well for you at this moment, that's the same. But if you think of the driving analogy again, when you're getting a private lesson, you're just the passenger benefiting from getting from point A to point B, but you don't have to press the gas, you don't have to turn the wheel, you don't have to do anything. In awareness for movement, the teacher is like a trail guide giving you the map, but you're responsible for your own self-care in that process. The teacher's responsibility is to make sure that she's giving very, very clear, comprehensible instructions and has the facility to say, put your finger on your nose in many different ways. For instance, put your finger on your nose. Well, somebody might do like this, right?
Yes.
So if I want this, I might say, start to bend your elbow. Oh, where is your hand pointed? Pointed towards your shoulder, your other shoulder, your chin. Now just take your index finger, slide it up the middle of your lips, and then everybody ends up in the right place. So a good teacher is going to have that facility. But beyond that, in awareness for movement, you're given the responsibility of self-care. And once you know how to take care of yourself like that,
Mm.
you become
I see.
dispensable as a teacher. I don't want people to rely on me. I want them to go out of the lesson and realize, oh, why am I getting into my car seat like this? Or,
Mm. I see.
why am I struggling to do that? Maybe there's an easier way. And through the awareness movement, you learn what is easy, what is difficult, what is harmful. And you can transfer that learning, that education to the rest of your life.
Mm.
Is that, I think that might answer your question about my philosophy of teaching.